ABC 13 Eyewitness News starts now.
We are covering several breaking stories as we join you at 3. Houston police are searching for this 12-year-old at the center of an Amber Alert. What we know about the man she was last seen with and why she could be in danger.
The Senate just passed new legislation that'll protect kids online. How the bill would impose stricter rules and hold social media companies accountable.
And Greenspoint Mall is reportedly closed for good. The impact this could have in that area. Thanks for joining us for Eyewitness News at 3. I'm Brianna Connor.
And I'm Liliana Pearson. We begin with that Amber Alert that was issued this afternoon. Houston police are searching for this 12-year-old girl on your screen. Take a look. Chloe Brewer Clark is believed to be in serious danger and was last seen at the Crystal Inn Hotel on Little York.
The man she was last seen with was caught in Baton Rouge within the last hour, according to media reports. Ariel Anderson was reportedly taken into custody. We're working to learn if Chloe has been found and whether she's safe. Right now, Houston police are investigating the death of a child they say was mauled by 3 dogs.
We're told that this all happened on Milwaukee Street near 610 and Fairbanks Street in North Houston. Investigators say the 2-year-old was attacked by 3 Rottweilers while at her babysitter's. The dogs have been taken by the Houston Bark as officials continue their investigation.
A couple of tough stories there involving kids, but now I want to talk about Greenspoint Mall. We're learning it may be closed for good. That's according to a recent tenant.
But is it really closed? They aren't entirely for sure. ABC 13 reporter Chaz Miller is live outside the embattled mall and has this story. Chaz?
Liliana, chances are pretty good that you already knew that most of Greenspoint Mall has been closed. And if you don't believe me, you can look at the pictures of the mall behind me. I spoke to somebody earlier today. They said there were about 12 tenants in here at the beginning of the month. So if this mall is closed for good, what might it mean for this community?
It's a busy time at the Uniform Superstore. School is just around the corner after all. But it's also a fresh start for the store itself. This is the first time they aren't located in Greenspoint Mall in a long time.
We were there over 20 years.
That's Cynthia Suarez, the manager of the store. They're now located directly across the North Freeway from their former home. Back in March, she said they received this letter from the owner of the mall, a realty company out of Los Angeles. It said they were closing Greenspoint for good on June 30th, and that all tenants needed to have their stuff out by the end of the day. And while her store is moved, Suarez isn't entirely sure we've seen the last of Greenspoint Mall.
It might be for real. I hope it's for real. I think it's just time.
She said this is the 3rd time since COVID they've received a letter just like this one.
Every year, we get the letter, the time comes, they stay open.
Aside from this gym, we didn't see any activity at the mall today. We also reached out to the realty company to see if they wanted to participate in this story, but our message went unreturned.
Now, I asked Cynthia, what do you think if the mall is actually closed for good? What do you think that would do for crime in this area? The city of Houston, they're also trying to do something about that, and we'll tell you more about it on Live at 5. Live at Greenspoint Mall, I'm Chaz Miller, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Okay, looking forward to that report, Chaz. Thank you. The sun's out there, but so is the Saharan dust. Let's get a first look at your weather with Chief Forecaster David Tillman.
Yeah, it's just starting to move into southeast Texas. It'll be thicker as we head into tomorrow. But when you look at the our studio tower cam looking northwest, you can see that the blues are not quite that blue today. It'll be a lot dingier as we head into tomorrow's even thicker. Dust begins to move into the area. In addition to that, it is hot. We're at 93 degrees, relative humidity at 54%. We do have a light south wind at 11, but that's not enough to cool us off. Feels like temperatures just below what you would expect for a heat advisory, but it's very close. Feels like 107 in Tomball, 103 in Houston, 107 in Sugar Land. Currently feels like 104 degrees in College Station. When a lot of us get to 108 or above, that's when a heat advisory is issued. What about the dust? Well, again, we're at the leading edge of it. There's where the thickest dust is located. It'll be right over us as we head into tomorrow, and that could cause some breathing issues for some of us and hazy sky as well. By the time we get to Thursday, it'll start to move out of here, and as far as the dust goes, things will begin to improve. As we look at 13 alert, we're just seeing a few sprinkles up near Lake Livingston. Rest of the air is completely dry. dry and hot. We expect the same thing coming up tomorrow. The haze will just be a little thicker. Mid-90s, approaching the upper 90s by the time we get to Friday. Hardly any rain in sight, but there is some rain in the forecast for the second half of the weekend. I'll let you know more about that coming up.
All right, thanks for the heads up, David. The Texas Windstorm Insurance Association is asking state regulators for a rate hike.
ABC 13's Jeff Ealing spoke with an insurance agent today about how likely it is that homeowners will have to pay more.
The Texas Windstorm Insurance Association is the insurer of last resort for a lot of homeowners along the Texas Gulf Coast, and now insurance rates may be going up. Now, according to our news partners over at the Texas Tribune, the current rates are not enough to cover the association's operating expenses and its claims. Right now, the average homeowner pays about $2,300 a year for their policy. It would go up by about $230 if the increase is approved. The association says since Hurricane Beryl, they've received about 25,000 claims, and they expect the costs to exceed $200 million. The report says current rates are no longer generating enough revenue due to higher construction costs and labor costs, and of course the cost of repairing storm damage. Now, we did ask an independent insurance agent about the chances of seeing those higher rates.
When we have things like Hurricane Beryl that cause significant claims in the Texas windstorm pool, then the only option that Texas has is to make assessments and increase the premiums to better fund that pool.
The board overseeing all of this will vote on an increase during their meeting coming up August the 6th. Jeff Ealing, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Jeff, thank you. Now to breaking news in Washington. The Senate just passed sweeping legislation designed to protect kids on social media. It's the first time in decades that Congress has passed laws designed to hold social media companies accountable. This legislation requires platforms, to give teens the ability to opt out of algorithms and gives parents more control over how their kids' information is used. New data shows teenagers are under intense pressure. According to a survey by Gallup and the Walton Foundation, 1 in 3 Gen Z kids say they feel they have to be perfect. People in Gen Z were born between 1997 and 2012. The study shows that girls in that age group are feeling more pressure than boys.
And Meta has agreed to pay $1.4 billion to Texas after the state sued the company for illegally using facial recognition technology to collect data on millions of Texans without their consent. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton said the settlement is the largest ever secured by a single state. In a statement, Meta said it's pleased to resolve the matter and looks forward to exploring future opportunities to deepen business investments in Texas.
In the next hour, a church in Northwest Houston will hold a public viewing for Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee. It's at God's Grace Community Church on West Montgomery Road from 4 until 8 tonight. If you can't pay your respects today, there's a community farewell and appreciation service at Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church tomorrow. And then on Thursday, Fallbrook Church will host a celebration of life service. Vice President Kamala Harris and the Clintons are expected at Thursday's service. That one is closed to the public, but we will carry it live on our 24/7 stream. Still to come this afternoon, Tesla is issuing another recall for millions of cars.
Why you could be in danger the next time you hit the road. Plus, a warning for people who use weight loss drugs, the dosing error that could land you in the hospital if you aren't careful.